morning to everyone. Myself Suraj Kumar Soni, and this is the second part of the video of chemistry in everyday life of chapter number 17, class 12 science. First part is already updated. Just see the video. In that video, I discussed about the type of the medicines, how the activity of medicines, and activity reactivity of drugs on the medicines, enzyme reactivities, and some antacids, some chemical compounds like antacid. Okay, but in this video we will do study so many medicines that is very important in your board exams and your NEET exams and the IIT exams. In this video we will study about tranquilizer medicines. Non-adrenaline is one of the neurotransmitter, barbituric acid and derivatives, analgesic acids, antipyretics, antimicrobials, antifertility drugs, chemicals in food, for example, artificial sweetening agent, food preservative, and antioxidant. These are the medicines which we used in our daily life for the prevention and cure of our body. Okay, just see the theory. The first one is tranquilizer. The most common thing tranquilizer medicines are used. This is a chemical compound. Tranquilizer medicines are used for treatment of the stress and anxiety and irritability, some mental diseases for this. Okay, tranquilizer medicines are used for the treatment of the stress, anxiety, irritability, and mental diseases. Okay, thus these affect the central nervous systems and induce the sleep for the patient, as well as the eliminate the symptom of the emotional distress. They are the common constitute of the sleeping pills. Basically, these medicines are used for the stress, anxiety, and some mental diseases. This medicine produce sleep. Okay, you can see when any animal start to fight and run here and there, they due to the anxiety, due to stress, due to mental diseases, then we use a tranquilizer gun. Tranquilizer gun contain the medicines by which we can relieve their uh, relief by the pain and relief by the stress. Okay, second one is the non-adrenaline is one of the neurotransmitter. Non-adrenaline medicines or non-adrenaline chemicals, non-adrenaline medicine that play a role in the mood change. Okay, I think you know we have an adrenal gland, and adrenal gland is has the secrete adrenaline hormones. Okay, adrenaline hormones is very important at the time of the fight and before the anxiety. Okay, the non-adrenaline is the most important chemicals that use for the change of the mood change. If the level of the non-adrenaline is low, then the signal sending activity become very low and the person suffer from the depression. Okay, in such situation antidepressant drugs are required. That time antidepressant drugs or medicines are required. These drugs inhibit the enzyme which catalyze the degradation of the non-adrenaline. If the enzyme is inhibited, this important neurotransmitter is slowly metabolized and can activate its receptor for longer period of time, thus constraining the effect of depression. Iprionazide and phenelgine are two examples of the non-adrenaline medicines. Third one is barbituric acid and its derivative. What is barbituric acid? Barbituric acid, the examples of barbituric acid is vernol, amytal, nebutal, luminal, and sconal are the simple example of the barbituric acid. Barbituric acids are hypnotic, okay, and sleep producing agent. I told about the tranquilizer. Tranquilizer medicines are used for the sleeping agent and for the anxiety, for stress and mental disease. At this time, we use the some medicines that provide our sleep. Okay. Then barbituric acid is very most important medicines. Now, next one is equinyl. This is a structure formula. You are not necessary to learn the structure because no exam will ask about the structure. This is only for the diagram that you can see it. Barbituric acid, luminal acid, and the vernal. Okay, these are the medicines. These are the structure diagram. Now, second medicine is analgesic. Analgesic medicine what? Analgesic medicines are used for the pain relief. Most important thing, example of the medicines and how we use the medicine. Okay, these two things you have to learn. What are the examples of the medicines and how we use. Okay, first one is the analgesic medicines are used for the prevention of the pain, or you can say getting relief from the pain. There are two type of the analgesic medicines. First one is narcotics and second one is non-narcotics. Narcotics, what is the meaning of narcotics? Narcotics medicine produce sleep and unconsciousness, but non-narcotic medicines produce do not produce sleep and the unconsciousness. Narcotics medicines that contain the narcotic substance that produce a sleep and unconsciousness. Examples are morphine, cocaine, codeine, heroines. These are the morphine, cocaine, codeine, heroin. These are the commonly known as the narcotics medicine. These are most important because these medicines are used at this time too much. Okay, most of some medicines use some part of the medicines contain narcotic substance. Second one is the non-narcotic medicines or non-narcotics antipyretics. Non-narcotics means this medicine does not produce any sleep and any unconsciousness. The most important examples are penicillin, penicillin and aspirin, penicillin, aspirin, and other examples. Ibuprofen, paracetamol, naproxen, dichlorophenic sodium. These are the examples of non-narcotic medicine that are used for the pain relief. Which type of pain? Like headache, toothache, muscles pain, joint pain. Okay, this pain can be removed by the non-narcotics medicine. These medicines are called antipyretic medicines. Okay, third one is anti analgesic medicines. Okay, third one is antipyretic medicines. What is meaning of antipyretic medicines? Just see it. Antipyretic, these are the chemical substance which reduce the body temperature during the high fever. Antipyretic means this medicine used for the reduce the body temperature at the time of the fever. Paracetamol, aspirin, and phenacetin, angline, and the Novalgine, etc. The common antipyretics. Out of these, paracetamol are the common. Paracetamol, aspirin, these are the common example of the antipyretic medicines. I think you use very well. Okay, at the time of the fever, doctor prescribe you paracetamol. You have to eat paracetamol, or just you go to the medical shop and purchase the aspirin medicines, and you use it. You can use you are also supposed to use medicines after prescription of a doctor. Okay, then antimicrobial medicines. Next one is antimicrobial. You can see the name antimicrobials. Anti means antigen of microbes. Microbes means microorganisms like virus, bacteria, fungus. These medicines are used to kill or prevent the growth of microorganisms like bacteria, virus, fungus, etc. Sulfa drugs, most important drugs that is used as antimicrobials. Sulfa drugs constitute a group of drugs which are derivative of sulfamide and have the great antimicrobial capacity. Thus, these are widely used against the disease such as the diarrhea, dysentery, and tuberculosis. Okay, the sulfa drugs are most important medicines that contain the sulfonamide. These medicines are used for diarrhea, dysentery, and tuberculosis. Okay, these are the example of the antimicrobial medicines: sulfonamide, sulfentrazine, and sulfoguanidine. Okay, in this structure, in these drugs are analogies of the para amino benzoic acid. Different type of the antimicrobial drugs are follows. Okay, this is a simple example. But what are the these are the example of sulfur drugs. Okay, what is sulfur drugs? Sulfur drug contain the sulfur derivative that is called sulfonamide, and these medicines are used for the dysentery, diarrhea, tuberculosis, etc. Okay, the examples of the antimicrobial medicines are, this is the type of, and this is the, okay. First one is antibiotics. What is antibiotics? The another one is the antibiotics. Antibiotics just is the example of the antibiotic antimicrobial medicines. What is the antibiotics? Antibiotics means, what is antibiotics? Antibiotics, these are the substances produced the wholly or the partially by the chemical synthesis, which is low concentration, inhibit the growth of the microorganisms or destroy them by interviewing in their metabolic process. Okay, antibiotics means it this medicine also prevent the growth of the medicines. This also prevent the growth of the bacteria and virus. That is called antibiotic medicines. Antibiotics are produced of the micro. Antibiotics are product of the microbial growth, and thus antibiotic therapies has been linked to the setting of the thief against the another. Antibiotics are two types. There are two types of antibiotic medicine. Basically, antibiotics kill the growth of the bacteria and the virus. Okay, that is called antibiotics. Or it prevent the growth of the bacteria or virus. That is called antibiotics. Some antibiotics, there are two type of antibiotics. First one is, there are two type of antibiotic. First one is bacterial antibiotics, and second one is bacteriostatic antibiotics. Bactericidal. Cidal means for the, what is the meaning of cidal? Cidal means kill the microorganisms. Okay, killing of microorganisms. So bactericidal antibiotics have the effect of killing of microorganisms, and examples are penicillin, ofloxacin. These two important medicines you use, you can see in your markets. Bacteriostatic antibiotics, these medicines are used to that these medicines prevent the growth of the microorganisms. These medicines are tetracycline and chlorophenicols. Chlorophenicol, tetracycline, and erythromycin. There are three medicines: erythromycin, tetracycline, and chlorophenicals. You have to learn these examples of this medicine, because you will see the questions in your exams. Okay, what is penicillin? How the penicillin is work? Just see it. Penicillin. Penicillin was the first antibiotic made by the Alexander Fleming in 1929. The question will arise in your exams: which medicine is which antibiotic developed first? The example is antibiotic is penicillin. Okay, it is a narrow spectrum antibiotics. Okay, narrow spectrum antibiotics. Ampicillin and the amoxicillin are the semi-systematic iodofications of penicillin. Penicillin is not suitable to all the persons, and some persons allergic. It consequently it is essential to the patient for sensitivity of allergy to penicillin before it is administered. In India, penicillin is manufactured in Pimpri and Rishikesh, that is situated in Uttarakhand. Most important thing, penicillin medicines are prepared in by the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. Okay, actually these medicines are mostly prepared in the Uttarakhand. Next slide is antiseptic medicines. What is antiseptics? These are the chemicals which either kill the or prevent the growth of the microorganisms. Antibiotics, antiseptic, both are the same, but there is no any different. But different by of depend on the uses. Antibiotic medicines we can eat, but the antiseptic medicines we apply on our body parts. Antiseptic means these are the chemicals which prevent. You can use you use, I think you use, all the students use the antiseptics. Okay, just like the borolin, Detol, Savlon, these are the example of antiseptic. Okay, and what is the phenomena? Antiseptic. These medicines are used for the kill and prevent the growth of the microorganisms. Antiseptics are applied to the living tissues such wound, cuts, and occurs, and the skin diseases. Also, okay, these medicines, these medicines are applied on the wounds. I told you, wounds, cuts, ulcer, and cuts. Okay, on your body part in the form of the antiseptic cream like furacin and sopramycin. Furacin, sopramycin, borulin, Detol, and Savlon, these are the most important antiseptic. Detol, what is Detol? Most important question. Detol is the mixture of chloroxylenol and terpinol. Detol is a mixture of chloroxylenol and terpinol. What is biothionyl? Biothionyl, okay, this is the structure of chloroxylenol. It is a benzene molecule. It contains OH, and it contains two CH3 molecule and one Cl molecule. That is called chloroxylenol. And what is terpinol? Benzene contains two CH3 molecule and one OH molecule. This is the most important formula and mixture of Detol. You have to ask the question. Second one is biothionyl. Biothionyl, it is also antiseptic that is used in the soap for the prevention of the odor of bacteria. We apply the soap in our body. Okay, just like Lux, Hammam, Dove soap, because these soaps produce a very good smell. Okay, doesn't produce any bad smell due to the presence of the biothanol. We use the biothanol in the soap for the prevention of the odor of the virus and bacteria. Okay, the third one is tincture iodine. Tincture iodine is the 2 to 3% solution of uh, uh, iodine in alcohol. What is tincture iodine? Tincture iodine, it is the antiseptic cream or antiseptic solution that is a 2 to 3% solution of iodine in the alcohol. Okay, we can take 2% iodine, add in the 90% alcohol, that is called 2 to 3% of iodine in the alcohol, which is powerful antiseptic for the wounds. Okay, the fourth one is iodine. Iodine, it is also a antiseptic cream for the wounds. And last one is boric acid. Boric acid is dilute aqueous solution, is weakly, okay, eyes. Okay, it is used for the washing of eyes, that is called boric acid. These are the antiseptic creams and antiseptic solution. Disinfectant, other terms is disinfectant. What is disinfectant? Okay, the next one is disinfectant. Disinfectant, I think you know about it. Disinfectant, at this time coronavirus is spreading in all over the country, and first one is America is highly affected by the coronavirus. Now disinfectant medicines are using, because what is corona is a virus. Okay, for the virus we are using the disinfectant, because disinfectant is a chemical compound which decrease the growth of the virus or prevent the growth of the microorganisms, or it is also kill the growth of microorganisms. These are the chemical substances which kill the microorganisms, not safe to the applied on the living tissues. Okay, they are generally kill the microorganisms present on the inanimate objects such as the draining system, instrument. Okay, disinfectant you can see in your newspaper and your TV news channel. Disinfectant, NaOCl, sodium hypochlorite, is a disinfectant that is used by the government to spray all over the country, all over the India, for the prevention of the coronavirus. Okay, some common example of disinfectant are as follows. 1% phenol solution is disinfectant, while in the lower concentration 0.2% solution of phenol is antiseptic. 0.1% not 1% solution. 1% solution is disinfectant. Okay, and 0.2% solution is phenol is antiseptic we used. Second one is 0.2 to 0.4 ppm. 0.2 to 0.4 ppm aqueous solution of chlorine is used for the sterilization of the water to make it fit for drinking purpose. You can see the water coming at your home that is free from the virus and bacteria. Why? Because our government applied the chlorine medicines in your water tanks and heat it. Okay, these chlorine medicines are useful for the prevention of the growth of virus and bacteria. Third one is SO2 at very low concentration behave like the disinfectant at very low concentration, not high concentration. Fourth one is formaldehyde. HCHO is the formula of formaldehyde, is the disinfectant room and the operation theater form is used in hospitals. Okay, the next one is anti-fertility medicines. What is anti-fertility medicines? Basically, anti-fertility medicines, it stop the unnatural birth. Actually, it stop the pregnancy. These are the chemical substance used to control the pregnancy. For example, is the ipill. Ipill is a medicine that is used for the stop the pregnancy, and these are also called the oral contraceptives or oral contraceptives. They are belong to the class of the natural product known as the steroids. Basically, fertility is produced. All the woman person has the two woman person secrete two hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone maintain the secondary sexual growth of the woman, and it also produce the ova from the ovary. Okay, that's why we use the anti-fertility medicine that growth of prevent the growth of these two hormones. Like first one is progesterone and estrogen. These hormones are prevented, so that's why I use the anti-fertility medicines. Okay, the third one is the next topic is chemicals in food. Which type of chemicals we use in the food? Just see it. Chemicals in food. First one is artificial sweetening agent. Artificial sweetening agent means some chemicals compound just like the sugar free. Sugar free is the artificial sweetening agent. Now at this time we use it. Why we use it? Because sugar produces diabetes, but artificial sweetening agent like sugar free, does not produce any kind of disease like diabetes. The diabetes patient can also use the sugar free. It is more sweet than compared to sugar. Okay, so these chemicals we use in the food. First one is artificial sweetening agent. Sucrose, that is called table sugar, and fructose are the most widely used natural sweeteners. That these are the natural sweeteners. Fructose, all the fruits contain the fructose, and we use the sugar, that is the form of the sucrose. Okay, but they add into the calorie intake and promote the tooth decay. Okay, if you take the too much amount of the sucrose and the fructose, it promote the tooth decay. To avoid these problems, many people take the artificial sweeteners. Organic substances which have been synthesized in the lab are known to be many times sweeter than sugar cane. Such compounds are known as the artificial sweetener. These artificial sweeteners are more sweetening agent compared to the natural sweeteners. Okay, some important examples are, there are five common examples of artificial sweeteners. First one is saccharin, second one is aspartame, third one is arginine, fourth one is sucralose, and fifth one is cyclamate. Okay, these are the five artificial sweetener. First one is saccharin. What is saccharin? Saccharin is orthosulfobenzamide. Orthosulfobenzamide. This is the structure of the saccharin. Okay, what is saccharin? Basically, saccharin, at this time we use the saccharin too much. Okay, discovered by the Johns Hopkins in 1879, that is present in USA. It is a most popular artificial sweetener. It is 550 times more sweeter than cane sugar. You can't imagine, it is highly too much sweetening agent. Okay, it is 500 times better, greater sweeter than the sugar cane. Since it is insoluble in water, most important thing, it is insoluble in water, so it is sold in the market as its soluble or calcium salt. It is found in the soluble form in the salt, but it is the insoluble in water, and it is non biodegradable. It is non-biodegradable and so exited from our body by the urine. Okay, it is passed through urine because it does not decompose in our stomach. It is used to use of great value of diabetic persons and people who need to control the intake of calories. Okay, the second one is aspartame. It is the methyl ester of the dipeptide derived from the phenylalanine aspartic acid. It is also known as the NutraSweet. That is NutraSweet. It is also known as NutraSweet. It is a methyl ester. What is it? It is the methyl ester. It decomposes at baking or cooking temperature and hence can used only in cold food and soft drinks. Our soft drinks, Pepsi, cold drink, Thums Up, Coca-Cola contain the aspartame. Okay, aspartame has the same amount of the calories as sugar. Okay, 4 calorie per gram. You know, I think you know it. Sugar molecules, sugar particles contain the 4 calorie per gram. Aspartame should not be used by the people suffering from the genetic diseases from the known as the PKU, phenylketonuria. Phenylketonuria is a disease in which a person do urine, pass the urine so many times in a day. Okay, because in such people decomposition of aspartame gives the phenyluric acid. An accumulation phenyluric acid is harmful especially to the infant due to the brain damage and mental retardation. Okay, the most important thing is that these medicines, this aspartame does not used by the person who is suffering for the PKU because it decompose and produces so many mental disease and the brain damage. The third one is erythema. Erythema is the another sweetening agent. Erythema is the another sweetening agent. Okay, what is it? Is a quite similar to the aspartame but more stable than the aspartame. It is 2000 times as sweet as sucrose. The main problem for the such sweeteners is the control of the sweetness of the substance to which it is added because it is highly potential sweetener. Third one is sucralose. It is a trichloro derivative of sucrose. Trichloro derivative of sucrose. Okay, it is the appearance and taste are like the sugar. It is stable of the cooking temperature. It is almost 600 times 88 sweets as sucrose. Highly sweeting agent. Most important sweeting agent is the sucralose. Okay, however, is neither provide any kind of, okay, and Okay, forget about it. You should have to know only name sucralose. It is 600 more 600 times sweeter compared to sucralose. Sugar. So fifth one is the cyclamate. Cyclamate is the another sweetening agent, artificial sweetening agent, and it is N-cyclohexyl sulfamate. It is only 20 times sweetener than the cane sugar. Okay. Now we use the food preservative. We are doing a study about the chemicals in food. First one we do a study about the artificial sweetener. Now second one is the food preservative. Some chemicals we use in the food for the preservation. That's why they stay for a long time. You can see the pickles stay for the 1 year. It will not harm for a body, and so many foods products stay months and 2 months and so many months that will not harm to our body. Why? Because we use so many chemicals compound for their preservation. These are the chemical substance added to the food to prevent the spoilage due to microbial growth, bacteria, virus, yeast, mold, and to retain their nutritional rules for the longer period. Okay, the first one is potassium metabisulfite. I'm telling you some chemical compound and where it is used. First one is potassium metabisulfite. It is a mix in the food material, release sulfur dioxide gas which help in the preservation of food. First one is potassium metabisulfite. Potassium metabisulfite is used. Second one is parabens. Parabens is used in the tomato sauce and purees. Okay, parabens. Parabens is used in the tomato sauce and purees. Then propionate. Propionate is used in the papad and biscuit. You can see papad when you open the wrapper of papad, you see some gases are present and some chemicals are present. This is the propionate. Okay, sodium benzoate. Sodium benzoate is the most common chemical used in the food. Sodium benzoate is used in the jam, jelly, pickle, fruit juice for the preservation. Soft drinks, okay. Sodium benzoate. Formula is this is the formula C6H5CONHCH2COOH. That is the formula of the sodium benzoate. Okay. Now antioxidant. What is antioxidant? You can learn from the name antioxidant. The compound which is used to prevent the oxidation of food, because after the oxidation food start to spoil. Okay, two medicines, two chemical compounds we use. Two chemical compounds, first one is BHT, butyl hydroxy toluene, and BHA, butyl hydroxy anisole. Butyl hydroxy toluene and butyl hydroxy anisole, these two chemical compound we use for the as an antioxidant that prevent the oxidation of the food. Okay, now finish, and some important parts are left of this chapter. We will do it in the next video. Okay, now this is your homework. I put the 8 question in this part. First question is what are the antacid? Give two examples. If you don't know about the antacid, just see my last video. I told it about the what is antacid. What are the analgesics? Give two examples. What are the antibiotics? Most important questions. Okay, here how were they discovered? Write a short note on the antihistamine medicines and sulfur drugs. Sulfur drugs is also important. You will get the question in your NEET and IIT exams. And who discovered the antibiotics? Okay, question number 5. I think you know the name of the penicillin founder, Alexander Fleming. Question number 6. Give the difference between the non-narcotics and the narcotic analgesics. Question number 7. Why do diabetic patients require the artificial sweetener? You have to write the reason. I told you, if you don't know the answer, just see this video again and again. Question number 8. Write the name of the food preservative. Parabens, sodium benzoate. Okay, so many food preservative compound I told you in this video. Okay, this is your homework and this is most important question you have to do in your notebook. It will be checked after your school reopen. Okay, and thank you so much for watching this video, and do study, stay your home, and be safe. Thank you. Bye bye.